All right, welcome back to Bourbon, Bikes, and Business. My name is Hank. You are?
Blaze.
Blaze, how you doing today?
Great.
Awesome. So we are doing something different today. I think not only is this going to be an interesting episode, but this is going to be a tasty episode, at least for us. So today we're going to be doing a testing and a taste test, a blind taste test. And as we talked about on a couple of the previous shows, I went ahead and made a Pour Pappy, which is 2 parts Weller 12 to 3 parts Weller Antique, which is right here. I let it sit for about 4 weeks, mix up with each other, ferment. I guess there's no fermentation once it's in the glass, but mix with each other. I would put it up on its top sometimes for a few hours or a half a day or a day. Then I bring it back for 4 weeks. I'm mixing and whatever else and just letting it kind of come together. And what I want to see, and there's lots of tests on the internet of this, but I want to do it for myself, for science. I want to see how this compares to some of these other bottles. So we have an Old Rip 10. So this is kind of the genuine product.
Right.
We have a Weller CYPB, which is one of my favorites. And we have a Weller 10,
Antique.
a Weller Antique, 107.
Right.
It's actually part of this. So it'll be interesting. I want to see which of these we prefer and how Pour Pappy's compares to each of these. A lot of people will say that this actually compares well to the Pappy 15, not just the 10. So it could be that this is our favorite one and we don't even know. So like I said, this is a blind taste test. I had my son who's off of school for the day today. He came and we went in my office over there and he poured the drink, so we have no idea.
Right.
We have these tasting boards here that are numbered, so we each had the same drink in each of the same numbers, 1 through 4.
Right.
We don't know what they are.
Now for me, I've never had any of these, so this is like
Brand
a
new.
true blind test for me. So
And these are some of the best bottles out there. This is going to be good drinking. So I would imagine that none of these are going to be bad. When I took the tops off all these bottles at the same time, the smells that were coming out of the bottles were incredible.
It smells pretty good right here.
So we have a palate cleansing glass of water here, and what we're going to do, we have some paper, and after each glass, we're going to give our impressions, kind of what the notes are that we're getting, what the flavors are that we're getting. Mm-hmm. We're going to take a guess as to which of these bottles we think it is, and we're also going to rank which one we think is the best of these 4.
Right. And we're fresh off a bike ride.
And a quick taco.
Right.
Okay. So
this is gonna be interesting.
So let's dive in and let's go after glass number 1.
Number 1. Wow. This is different.
Oh, that smells sweet.
Wow, it does. Wow. It smells smoky a little bit. Sweet and smoky.
You're getting smoky. I'm getting like apple fruit, right?
Yeah, there's something grapey, like a white grape almost. Is it smoky? Apple.
What is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's not smoke, but maybe cotton candy?
Cherry?
Light cherry?
Light cherry? Man, that's powerful. Whatever, it's like...
What else? Apple? It's definitely fruity and sweet.
Yeah.
Maybe you know what it is? It's like a honey crisp apple.
Yeah, honey apple. That's what it is. Yeah, you're right. Right, honey apple.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it is. Oh, it tastes as good as
All
it
right.
smells. Here we go.
I actually get a little oak in that.
Oh, yeah.
I get more oak than fruit.
Yeah, a lot of oak. It's like a cherry oak.
Yes.
Cherry oak. That's good. Wow.
And
I like that.
And there's some cinnamon or pepper. There's definitely
spice
on the
edge.
end.
Spice
And the
on the
finish.
edge. Yeah.
The finish just kind of sits in your throat.
Yeah.
That's actually
it's got
really
a
good.
spicy ending to it.
Yes, a spicy finish.
Spicy finish, yep. Wow.
That's good.
That spice just lingers.
Yep.
On your tongue. It's like, whoo. That's pretty good. That's different. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like a fireball. You know those red balls, candies?
A little bit.
Like a, what do they call it? Fire. They have a
The atomic fireball.
There's a drink that. Oh,
Well, the fireball.
Fireball. Is that a fireball?
Yeah.
Whiskey or whatever.
Now we're gonna come back through, so leave a little bit in your glass to come back through.
Yeah,
okay?
I was just because I was ready to drink the rest of it. So good.
The other thing is, it's pretty viscous. Like it's not thin at all. It's almost syrupy and thick.
It doesn't have a heavy burn. It wasn't too. It lights you up and then it goes down.
It's
to the
still
spice.
sitting with me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's still sitting with me like a minute later.
I
so
really like that.
That's really good. So okay,
Really good.
let's. That was a good start.
Very good.
I couldn't tell you which of these that is. I really couldn't. So
I like it.
And I've had all of these. So
wow.
I only had one little taste of the poor Pappy's the other day because I couldn't wait, and it was pretty good. Dude. It was pretty good, but it was just one little taste.
Right.
I couldn't remember.
So number 2.
Now this is a darker.
Very
this
different.
is almost like it's almost like a leather
Yeah.
or like
apricot, like
yes, it's a dark fruit, like
Yeah.
a plum.
plum, apricot. A little bit of spice on the edge of it. Smell. Plum, apricot.
It's interesting.
Not quite as intense as the first
Man,
one from
the first one, the fruitiness just jumped off
Yeah.
the nose.
right.
This one,
And then it was weird. It went from fruity to spicy. So I'm curious to see. This is a lot lighter on the nose.
it has a little wood in it too. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's like sandalwood or like
Yeah. Like a cedar almost. Like it's
Yeah.
a weird. It does have a woody.
All right, let's
Here we go.
and remember to save a little bit for the second way through.
I'll try.
It's kind of
It's warm. It's got the itchy right there. Ooh.
it's a little bit of spice. It's not. It doesn't hit you on the finish the way the last one did. It's a much more subtle. It hits the tongue initially. You get a flavor burst, but then it goes away pretty quickly.
It feels a higher proof than the first one.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't
See, I
think
do.
so.
It seems it's got a little bit of burn to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, the first one had much more burn.
No, not to me. No, I like the first one. The first one just hit you and then it went to spice. This, I can feel the burn. It's still there.
See, for me, this one is much more subtle.
I think this is higher proof.
There's a flavor that hits your tongue, and then the flavors dissipate. They go away for me.
It's spicy on the edge again.
Yes, it's much more spicy,
It's definitely spicy on the edge.
but the flavor goes away. It's not as flavorful as the first one at all. So, okay. All right.
It's good. It's just different.
All right. I'm going to cleanse my palate.
That warms you up.
It's more...
It's hotter to me.
It's more of a kind of an oaky, subdued palate. You don't really get a lot of that fruit on the palate. You don't get a...
It's not spice. I'm trying to think what it is. It's like...
It's a darker, woody, oaky spice.
It's warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But for me, the flavor kind of goes away. It just goes away all of a sudden.
Yeah, I just have an edge of spice and a burn at the end. Not
And
as
I
much
hate-
as the last one.
I hate to say this about any of these because any of these are cheap bottles. So I don't want to ruin my experience with
I
any of
definitely
these,
like
but
number
chasing
one
them back to
better
back is
than-
tough.
Which did you like between the two? I like
Definitely one.
One, yeah.
By
yeah.
far.
Plum, apricot, woody. Okay.
All right. So
All right. Let's close
number
that
3
one.
here.
Yeah.
We got Tucker rolling around in the back playing with something. I don't know what he's doing back there. Oh, this is chocolate. It's a chocolate bomb.
Really?
Do you get that?
Yeah. Smells like dessert.
This is dessert. This is this reminds me of. Did I give you a taste of that Maker's 46 cast strength?
Yeah, it had that.
It's
that
very similar.
We were drinking that at my place
Yeah.
last week, right?
It
that
tastes
was good.
like chocolate pudding, creme brulee, like
Yeah.
definitely a dessert. And this has kind of that
dessert.
similar thing to it. I don't know what he's doing over there.
Is that a
Chewing
bed?
everything. That's it's a cat bed.
Cat.
I live in a zoo right now. Thanks, my wife.
Wow. That's
Isn't
that's different.
That's good.
Totally different than the first two.
It's a dessert drink. It's
dessert.
It's a
smell.
dessert
Yeah.
in a glass.
Dessert. Almost like a chocolate cherry.
Yep.
I don't know.
Like
I don't really have any woody type.
You know what it is? It's
What is it?
It's the chocolate covered cherry.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
It's
Like
a chocolate
covered
covered
cherry. I was thinking dark
Like
chocolate
you get out
cherry.
of the
Yeah.
candy box.
Yeah, that's what it smells like. I hope it tastes like that. 'Cause I love those.
Right.
Ready? Here we go.
That's subtle.
Yeah.
That's a lower proof. That's definitely a
definitely
lower proof.
It's light. I like it. It's good.
It's calm.
But it comes back. It like, and it.
I'm not getting much burn on it. It's
I'm getting the flavor came back after I took it in. It seemed like hit me.
I think
after
it's what a
second
lot of
time.
people would refer to as smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy drinking. It's delicious on the nose.
The flavor stays on your tongue again.
Mhm.
A while.
Yeah, it just sits on the tongue.
Yeah. I like it. It's wow, that'd be a close number 2 to number 1.
A little bit of spice.
Mm-hmm.
Some oak.
I didn't really get a oaky flavor out of that. I think more smoky, a little bit of smoky on the edge.
A little bit.
I like that. That's good. See, the cherry comes through again. That cherry for some reason.
Yeah.
not
Chocolate
like-
covered cherry on the nose for sure.
I like cherry. That,
Mm.
I like that.
Okay.
That's very good.
All right. Number 4. And then we'll go back through and we'll rank them.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be hard.
Why don't you, before we go into our 4th glass, tell the viewers what I just took you on.
Oh, the trip?
Yeah.
So Hank lives by a lake here, which is beautiful in central Maryland. And he lives on this hill that's about a 15% grade. So we went down, and then, what do you call it, the Four Sisters?
There's 2 different rides. There's the 4 sisters and the 3 sisters. Each sister is a crazy bitch of a climb. We did the 3 sisters today. We didn't do all 4 sisters.
But no, it actually wasn't bad. But it's some serious climbing. He's not going to have any trouble getting in shape for pans. I might have to come over here and ride more often. But, I mean, we're riding through the woods, along the lake, up
Gravel.
some trails,
Got a good bit of
gravel,
gravel.
on the road a little bit. And then we finish up this. I said, how steep is this? It feels like 8-9%. Yeah, and he goes, wait, you get around a turn, it goes to 10-15%. I'm like, oh,
Did you
man.
feel that 15%
Yeah,
right
I
when
felt
we got
it
to the
on the
top?
end. That was really nice.
Yeah,
Thanks,
so
Hank.
we're rehydrating with the bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it was a fun ride.
Got a nice ride in today for the
Yeah.
Pants Fruit.
Yep.
And before we take this 4th glass, let's remind everyone out there to like, share, subscribe. Helps grow the channel. We appreciate it. We're having a lot of fun doing this, I think.
Yeah, we're coming up on almost, this is episode 19, I think.
Yeah.
So we're almost at 20.
Yeah.
Looking for guests again to come on the show. Bourbon aficionados, biking.
And leave your comments about ideas, things you want us to cover on the show.
Yeah, having a lot of fun with this.
Yeah.
So here we go, number
All right,
4.
number 4.
This is fun. We should do this more often.
Right? We should drink my bourbon more often.
Yeah, really. Oh, wow.
Oh, my
This is-
God.
Wow.
So you know what? Whatever we tasted in the last one, this is amped up by like 20. But it's the same kind of chocolatey cherry.
Yeah, it's got a
Darker.
little different edge to it, though.
Oh, that is
It's
rich.
really unique.
That is super rich.
That's great flavor.
Oh
whatever
my
it
God.
is.
That just jumps out of the glass.
Yeah, it smells like I've never smelled it.
You know what? I think it's going to be between, at least nose-wise, it's going to be between 1 and 4 for me.
1 and 4, yeah.
I mean, these
1 and 4 for the nose for sure.
These two just jump off the map as different. They just jump off the map.
A lot going on. Very complex. Now, what the heck is that?
Oh, that's delicious. I hope it tastes like it smells.
It's almost like fruity, flowery.
I get
a lot of stuff going on.
I get chocolate. I get
fruit. I get like cherry wood, smoked wood out of a fireplace. That's like...
You keep getting like smoke and fireplace. I'm not getting any of that.
I am.
Maybe like a toasted?
Yeah, the toasted. Maybe a toasted cherry. Toasted cherry.
I'm getting...
That's weird.
I'm getting some more of the typical bourbon smells, the honey and vanilla and cherry fruit.
There's something on the edge of that. What is it? It's like... It almost has like a sour apple on the edge, on the back ends. It's like sweet, fruity, and then it's really good. Man. Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right, let's see.
Here we go. This ought to be a good one. It's going to be compared to number 1.
I like it. I'm trying to identify it. What is
good.
that taste?
Oh, it's good, whatever.
It's a little bit of oak in there.
That's really good. Wow.
That's
really
good.
Different.
It's not as thick and syrupy as number 1.
It's thinner, but it's really good. Ooh, that's gonna be tough between 1 and 4.
Yes. It's between 1 and 4.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that is good. I wonder if that's the mix. I don't know.
A good bit of spice, and it lingers kind of like the first one did. It sits right here.
Nope, it doesn't have a burn really.
I'm getting some of that what do they call it, a bourbon hug.
I don't know what these
Kentucky
I don't know what the proof is on any of these. That would be for me to guess what proof.
Well, let me
guess.
But we don't know what's what.
I'll guess the glass.
You're gonna guess the
proof of the glass. I'm gonna say, wow.
We know what one
was. One was hot.
We know what
2 was a hot one, so that was high. What is that? Mine? Just turn the volume off on that. What's the low and the high proof? Just so
this is 107. This is 95.
Yeah.
This is 107 as well, and this is about 104. So the lowest proof is the CYPB.
What's the highest?
All of them are like, well.
What was the highest?
107.
That's this one.
Is CYPB or is Weller Antique and old.
You said 2 were
Van
104.
What?
One was 90 something.
95 is the CYPB.
Is that the low one?
Yes, that's the lowest one.
95.
And then
the
poor
two?
Pappy is like 104.
And what was
the other 2 were 107.
Okay, I think I'm. See how close I come to which bottle is which.
Remember, the one I said was real low proof. Which one was? Yeah, number 3. I'm going to guess number... Well, we'll save our guesses for the end.
Right. Let's see how we compare. Wow, that last one is good. Oh.
That is good. Especially on the nose.
1 and 4 are both good.
I like the noses of all of these better than the taste. But the taste
on 1 and 4 is good.
Yes, the taste on 1 and 4 are good, but all of them... The noses are spectacular.
All great, yeah.
I mean, this nose...
I get cherry. The first one was maybe the one that had the most nose. It had that apple and the cherry and the...
Yeah, I like that fruitier honey taste.
First one had everything going on to smell.
Yeah.
I'm trying to compare the flavor of 1 and 4 with this.
Well, that one, remember, it tasted like honey
cherry
apple.
oak spicy finish I had.
Like a Honey Crisp apple.
Mm-hmm.
This last one is also like dessert. It's also like chocolate pudding, something really rich and really dark and sweet.
Rich, dark,
like chocolate cake.
Yeah, there you go. So it tastes like this Guinness chocolate cake I had last week in Massachusetts. Dessert flavor.
And it's thick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's as thick as one, but it's thick.
Right, one was a little bit lighter. Dessert
I like
flavor.
That. With just a little bit of spice at the end.
Thick.
Little spicy finish.
I think one even had more spicy finish.
Yes. It sat with you for like a minute.
This is like a number 2 spicy finish.
Yeah.
Finish.
I'm going to go back to 3.
Wow. They were all very good pours. I mean, I liked everything.
Yeah. I mean,
all
fantastic.
unique. I don't think there was a bad one in the bunch.
So the good news coming out of this, to begin with, is this poor Pappy, no matter which one it is a great blend.
Well, it's got to be one or 4.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, CYPB...
I'd be shocked if it's 2 or 3, the poor Pappy. Wouldn't you?
I don't know. They're all so good. And CYPB is so...
You said you like that? That's one of your favorites?
CYPB is fruity and flavorful, which almost
Maybe
leads me to
that's
believe
one.
that it's 1.
Maybe that's 1.
Well, Rip 10, I don't actually like that much.
That's probably 3.
It's not one of my favorites.
Although
Weller 107 is one of my favorites, and I don't know.
This is gonna be really hard. Now, can we go back and try one more time to figure out 1, 2, 3, 4?
I will tell you, the other day when
I
took a taste of the poor Pappy.
Yeah.
And the smell just jumped out. Like you could smell it a room away.
Well, then maybe that's 1.
It could be.
See, that's why I say I'm thinking it's 1 or 4. I don't know which one.
I just think
you have an unfair advantage there because you tasted it.
Yeah.
But all right, so what are we doing next?
I think let's go back through and then we'll.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with 4.
4. Wow, that's
just
crazy smell.
So delicious.
So different.
There's a little apple in that one too.
Yeah.
A bit of
An apple in the nose, yeah. Toasted cherry, apple.
I get apple, honey, vanilla, fruit, and chocolate.
Honey, yeah.
Chocolate cake with fruit on it.
Which is very similar to 1.
Yes.
Just not as robust as 1. 1 was heavier with the fruit.
So maybe it's poor Pappy's an antique because this is made up 3 parts antique.
That could be.
So it could be similar to it.
So 1 and 4 you think could be antique and Pappy, the poor Pappies?
But then again, CYPB is super fruity, and I know that. So,
and I don't. That's very good. I like
good bit of oak on that one, though. Oak and spice is what I get on that finish.
Yeah, not as spicy as 1 though.
No. Number 1 kind of had it all.
Exactly.
It had all the fruit. It had the sweetness.
The aroma just hits you.
It had a little bit of spice that lingered with
cherry, the oak, and then the spicy at the edge.
So before we go back through, can we just agree that number 1 is probably hands down the best?
Yeah, I think so. Well, 4 is close second, I think.
Number 4 is close second, but okay, let's go back through before we wrap this whole thing up here. And let's get some water.
I'm going right through it. So this is the one that's dark, chocolatey,
Do you need more water?
Smoky. I'll get through that. I'm good.
So we had dessert in a glass for number 3. We had chocolate cherry.
Yep.
This was like a chocolate. What do you call this? Cherry.
Dark chocolate.
Cherry.
Cordial.
Yes, cordial. It's like a chocolate cordial.
I like that. That's good. These are all very good.
But it's a much more subdued taste, a much lower proof. I'm
Lower
going to say
proof.
it's CYPB.
That's a lower proof for sure. I have that the lowest proof.
Yeah.
Be interested to see if we're both the same. I mean, you know some of these. Like I said, I don't know any of these. So I'm flying blind.
Knowing age and knowing proof helps out a lot. So this one, this is the oldest. This is a 10-year. Okay?
See, I'm really curious.
So you would think this would have more oak in it because it's older.
See, that's my number 2, I think. Because that's a high proof, right?
That's a high proof. That's 107.
Yeah. I picked 1 and 2 of the 2 highest
And
proofs.
you also know that this is a low proof.
Right. So the wild card is this one versus these 2.
Correct.
I don't know. I'd be curious if we both think it's the same.
That's a pretty good nose on this one, too, on number 3.
Yeah, I like this 2.
Mm.
Apricot.
I can't go to 2 yet.
Plum.
You can't go to 2 without
I can't go to 2 yet?
We're still on number 3.
You're still on 3?
Yeah. I'm figuring out what this is. I think this is CYPB. Just by the nose and the proof, I think it's CYPB.
You think 3 is this one here?
Mm-hmm. It's delicious.
That is. I really like that. That's like an all year. I can drink that anytime.
I think you can drink any of these all year. I wouldn't stop. just because.
You know, I typically like a warmer, higher proof burn in the winter and something a little lighter in the summers.
In the winter, I usually go to rye a lot.
That too, yeah. I love rye. I love rye.
A midwinter's night dram that's real like plummy and dark.
Yeah.
All right. Going to 2.
2 left here. Okay, working back to 2. So
this is a different nose.
This is
from the other ones. So the other ones, you get that dark, sweet cake with a little fruit.
Lighter.
This is lighter, for sure.
But it's weird. It's lighter on the smell, but it had, in my opinion, had a higher burn with the higher proof, more woody. I had plum, apricot, woody.
Right. Dark fruit, apricot, plum. Which is different than the others.
Yeah.
Decent amount of burn, but I don't feel like it's as high.
It's not overpowered, no. It just, it's warm.
If I were to guess based on proof only,
It's got a lot of flavor.
I would probably guess this is the poor Pappy's just because it's slightly lower proof than the others.
Really?
It's like a 104. It's a mixture of 90.
See, this feels hot to me. This feels like the hottest one out of all.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you said that last time too. And
Yeah.
I said, really?
Yeah.
Because I thought number 1 was the hottest of all.
Oh no, I didn't think so.
This does have a good bit of spice on it.
Yeah, it does. It's got spicy all the way through.
I want to make sure I'm clearing out the spice of the others, so it's not.
Yeah, I like all these.
I don't get as much spice as you do. It's good.
I only have spice at the edge of it.
Yeah. And on
It's
the
not
finish
spicy in the
bit.
front and in the middle. It's just at the end. It's like
A light spice finish.
it's like the plum, apricot, cherry, woody, and then dash of spice at the end.
But I think, and I said this the first time around too, I feel like a lot of the flavor just goes away. Like it sits on your tongue for a second, and then it just
spicy
and then it just goes to spice, and you lose some of the flavor.
Isn't that weird how each bourbon is so
It is
different?
weird. I'm going to get a little more water because I want to make sure my
Yeah,
palate
I
is-
could use some more too. You want to fill me up?
Yeah.
Hope I don't get pulled over driving home.
We'll have another taco before.
Where's Tucker? He went quiet.
He's probably napping or peeing somewhere.
This is fun.
Yeah, we should do this
I
every
think
week.
it's the first time I ever did this. No, we did it once here before, right? But not with as high end.
Not on camera either. This is the second time you and I are in the same spot. How about that? All right.
All right.
Let's go back to number 1.
Number 1. I don't have much left. I liked it so much.
Well,
No, I'm good. Wow, this is gonna be interesting.
oh,
Man, that is just killer.
that's so good.
That's so good. I'll be.
It's so good. I gotta smell it next to 4.
I've never smelled anything like that.
Don't drink the rest before you can compare it to 4. Oh Jesus,
That is so good. It's really.
Oh,
good.
but go back to 4. 4 is like
Really?
it's that and probably amped up 1 or 2.
I like. This is more woody on the edge. 4.
Holy
The oaky. This is
Okay.
just like.
Here's what I'm gonna say to everyone out there: whatever 1 and 4 turn out to be, go buy 2 bottles of each.
Yeah, right.
Whatever they are,
Right, they're both.
they're
good.
worth the price.
Yeah, hands down.
So just to cover prices
all
of it.
4 are great. I mean, they're all great.
So covering prices, and I'm not even going to do MSRP because you can never find these. MSRP is ridiculous. Now, this one is the least expensive of them all. You can actually find bottles of this, especially if you're in like Ohio.
Right.
Ohio gets a ton of Weller.
Okay.
You can actually find bottles of this in real life for in the $60, $70
Really?
range. It's like $69.
Huh.
Now, if you have to pay secondary to
Curious
get
which
yourself
one
one of
this
these,
is.
you're probably looking at more like $150 if you just go on one of the online
Really?
sites
Okay.
to buy it.
But if you find it at a store.
It's realistic to find one of
A
these
stock
$60, $70 range in a store, especially if you're in Ohio.
I'd be looking for that because I like all these.
Yeah. So CYPB, you can go online right now and get it for $5.99. I've seen it.
What?
Yeah.
$600?
$600.
Are you serious?
MSRP on it, I don't even know. I don't think you can even find it in a store unless you get.
No wonder I like
lucky,
all these.
or get a lottery or something like that. But this is a $600 bottle, secondary all day long. Pappy 10 is about the same. It's about a $600-$700 bottle to $1,000 all day long.
Right.
You can't find them again unless you win the lottery or something like that. And then the Poor Pappy's is a mix of the Antique, which is a $60 to $150 bottle, and the Weller 12, which is about a $200 bottle, secondary. So it's not cheap, but it's also not either of these. So in terms of expense, you're going Weller 107, you're going Poor Pappy's, CYPB, and then Pappy.
Huh. I'll be really curious to see.
Yeah,
how
it comes out.
With what I like and what the proof.
I really like the 107.
Oh.
I mean, and it's the most viscous of them all.
I'm catching a buzz on this, man. This is number one.
I don't know. Now I go back to number one, and number one blows me away.
I just love number one.
1 and 4 is close call.
Yeah. That number one, the smell of number one is just like, man, that's good.
Okay, now I want to taste 4. Like right back to back, so I can.
There's 4. Oh, that's yummy. 4 is great.
Hold on.
I like that. Dessert. That's a simple one word for number 4.
Oh, the smell on 4 is ridiculous.
No, I think the smell on 1 is over 4. I'm saying the taste of 4, it tastes like dessert. 1, I've never smelled a glass of bourbon.
I know.
That's got to be the mix. I'm guessing that's your mix. Because there's just too much stuff going on in it. Huh? You think 1 is the mix?
I don't know. They're so good. Both of them. They're both so good.
Oh,
and they're similar too. They're not worlds apart.
Just 1 is a little more smell is over.
Do you think so? You think it has more?
Yeah, on the smell.
I feel like
1 has more smell than 4.
I feel like there's more notes to 1, but I feel like the amplification of what 4 has is like
4 is still burning inside of me. I feel it. Ooh.
I feel like 4 for what it has is amplified 200 times,
right?
But 1 might have more.
I gotta taste
notes.
1 again.
It's just not as amplified. It's fruitier too. It's lighter and fruitier than 4. 4 is dark and sweet. 1 is light and sweet.
Right. 1 doesn't really have a burn like 4. 4 had a burn on the edge.
You might just be used to it now. Because I'm getting.
I could drink 1 all day long, and that on is 1, just like smooth.
I'm still getting that Kentucky hug on 1, where it just sits right here.
It's 1 is
for
heating
like
you up.
1.
No, not for me. 4 is heating me up more than 1.
It's a great burn. It's not like a turn me off of this burn. It's
it's
a Kentucky hug.
No, not
right
me.
Here, dude.
No,
I'm feeling it.
1 is smooth. I think 1 is smooth.
Get out of town.
Yeah. I think 4 has much more of a burn. And
really?
You know what's really weird? I rated 1 and 2 with the highest proof. I'm starting to think 4 has a higher proof than 2 maybe.
Okay. So for me,
let me see. I got 2 here. Let me see. Yeah, I still think 2 is the highest proof. 1 of the highest proof. Ooh, that's tough. Ooh, 2 is the hottest for me. 2 is just got like a hot burn to me. 1 I love. 1 is hands down my favorite. Number 1 is my favorite. 4 is my second. Ooh, 3 and 4. 2. I think 3. Ooh. 2 and 3 is the hard one to figure out which one I like
I'm number
best.
3, then number 2.
That's what I was leaning towards. I think so too. 3.
2 just has too much oak to it.
It's like
it's
1,
2,
2, 3, 4. 2 is 4. They're all really good. This is tough. This is really tough. They're all.
We should all have such problems.
Yeah, really. Wow. So did I hear we just picked the same ones? I went 1 is number 1, 4 is number 2, 3 is number 3, and 4 is number 4. Is
No,
that
2 is number 4.
2 is number 4? Yeah.
1, 4, 3, 2 is my
1,
order.
4, 3, 2. That's what I had. That's weird. You picked
Okay.
the same ones.
Now, what do you think they are?
Okay, let me tell you the proof. So here's, I picked 1 is 107 proof. Number 2, I picked 107 proof. 3, I picked as the lowest proof, 95. And 4, I picked the 104 proof. Is that
Okay,
what
so
had?
you think number 4 is Poor Pappy's?
I don't know.
Yeah, because that's the middle. So you think number 3, and number 3 I think is CYPB
Yeah, because you know that.
because of the proof.
The low proof.
I think
You think 4 is the Poor Pappy's? See, I think 1 is the Poor Pappy's because it's got so much going on in there.
I think number 1 is also CYPB.
Really?
CPB? No,
you
no,
like
no,
that?
no, no. I think number 1 is Poor Pappy.
That's what I said.
Yeah, because of all the
You
smells.
can't copy me.
No, because of all the smells. I'm telling you, when I took the top off the other day, when I took my taste the other day,
Right.
I said, "God, holy smokes!" I have never smelled anything like that in my life. So I think number 1 is the Poor Pappy.
Okay.
I think number 4 is going to be
This one that you like
No,
so much?
I think number 4 is going to be the Antique. I think
Really?
number 3 is going to be CYPB, and number 2 is going to be Old
I hope
10.
number 4 is Antique because I'm going to run out and buy a bottle of this stuff. I love that.
You can't find it, man. I mean, you're going to have
Really?
to buy it online. You can't
Really?
find it in a store around here.
Oh, that's a close number 1. I like
All right.
that.
So
what
we're
do
going to do our review in a second, but here's my list. So in order from best to worst,
Yeah.
I have Poor Pappy, Antique, CYPB, and Rip 10. That's what I think they are. That's
I
what
got to
think they
guess
are.
which ones they are?
My order is 1, 4, 3, and 2.
1, 4. That's what my order is the same.
1, 4, 3, and
Yeah,
2?
yeah.
And what do you think they are? Do you know?
I just wrote down the proof.
You
I
just
don't
wrote
know
down
what
the
proof
proof.
they are. I just wrote 107, 95, and 104.
Okay. So this is
what does
107,
that
this
mean?
is 107, this is 95.
So how do I know
and
which
104.
of the 1 and 2 are both 107?
95 is CYPB.
Right.
So the lowest is CYPB. What's that
Right.
make that for you?
Number 3.
Okay, that's my number 3 also.
CYPB.
The middle one is Poor Pappy's in terms of proof, which was my number 1.
Is that the 104?
Yes.
So this is the Poor Pappy's.
Now these two are
This
107.
is the tricky part. 1 and 2.
Yeah,
They're both which two are 107?
these two. The 107 and the Pappy 10 are 107.
Really?
Yes.
So then
It's the same recipe.
I think this is number 1.
You think Antique 107 is number 1?
I think that is Antique.
And what do you have?
Antique.
Where do you have Old Rip?
And then is number 2 or fourth one.
Fourth one.
Yeah.
That's what I have too.
Is
You think it's number 2,
Old Rip.
which is the 4 on our list.
yeah, right.
Fourth.
Rip.
Came in 4th.
So I have number 1 is Antique.
Okay.
Number 2 is Old Rip 10.
Yeah.
Number 3.
No, we had the same order.
Number 3. Well, I'm just saying the way we drank. Yeah.
Okay, the numbers that we tasted.
Number 3, yeah, in order,
You think number 1 is what?
is Antique.
Oh, okay.
Number 2 was Old Rip. Number 3 was CYPB, and number 4 was the Poor Pappy.
We have 1 and 4 switched.
Really?
All right.
So that's the only difference.
So you ready to get me to get the list?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the list.
So the only difference is 1 and 4, which we know is the top two ones. Is we have a different opinion. Who's right?
Where do you put it?
I mean, I hope.
Where do you put the
Is this the
here we go.
CYBP here?
Okay, you ready?
Is this the CYBP here? Inc.
What? No, that's 107.
Hold it. Is one.
All right, you ready?
All right.
All right. So we're gonna start from worst to first.
Okay. Work your way back.
Worst,
All right.
because none of these are bad, right?
All right.
All of these were
all
excellent.
good. Yep.
Okay. So you and I both had number 2 as fourth
I think
place.
we had the same ranking, didn't we?
Yes.
Here.
So we had number 2 as fourth place.
Yes, correct. And I'm guessing it's Old Rip 10,
Wow.
which is the most expensive bottle, right?
Number two is Antique 107.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so
this is actually.
and what did you think the proof of that was? Number 2.
107.
You did.
Yeah.
So you nailed that.
Really?
Yeah, because that's Antique 107.
Okay.
Wow, I picked that last.
Wow.
Well, that's one of the cheapest, so I guess I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ready?
So that was antique. Number 2 was antique.
Number 2 was Antique.
All right,
and that was fourth place for us.
I think number 3 we got
So-
right.
Okay, so
Number 3 is this here. I'm
hold
guessing,
it,
right?
hold it. All right, fourth place,
Right?
107.
I'm disappointed. I was
You
hoping that
picked-
was through. I hoping that was 4.
Yeah, right. Third place.
Yeah.
Third place was
CYPB.
number 3. Was number 3.
It's got to be CYPB.
Oh,
That's
wow.
The lowest.
Third place was Poor Man's Pappy.
What? No way.
Now,
No
remember,
way.
my son did these pours, so I don't know. There's a question mark, but he says it's Poor Man's Pappy's.
No
Poor
way.
Man's Pappy, number 3. We both thought it was
What's the
CY.
proof
I thought it
on
was
that?
CYPB.
That's higher proof.
It's 104.
No way.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought for sure
So-
it was CYPB.
That's really interesting. Okay. So there you go. Poor Man's Pappy in third place.
Okay.
Second place.
Here's the one I want to know.
We both had number 4 in second place, right?
Yes.
Okay. Number 4.
And I was guessing it was Poor Pappy there, but it wasn't.
Number 4 was Rip 10. Old Van Winkle, which means
No way.
that first place was CYPB.
Your favorite.
Yep. And I knew it because
No way.
remember what I said? All the fruit flavors that come out of CYPB.
B.
So
Whoa.
let's go back to this.
Hold on, tell me what the proof is on these.
Yeah. So
So-
you guessed,
Number 1 was 107, I said.
and it's
Proof.
95. It's the lowest proof.
No way. Get
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Number 2
Was Rip 10, which is 107.
Okay.
Second place.
Second place.
Second place was number 4,
See, I had 104,
which is a 107.
which is a 107.
Third place
Third place.
was number 3, which was Poor Man's Pappy,
was what proof?
104
Oh, man, I was way off. on
approximately.
proof.
And fourth place was number 2, which was Antique 107, which is 107. So
I didn't get that right.
here's your order, ladies and gentlemen.
So
First place.
Number 1 was what proof?
Number 1 is 95 proof.
That's where I was way off.
First
That's
place.
Really weird.
CYPB, which is not a bargain. In terms of money
That's the
spent,
most expensive.
this is right in line in terms of money spent.
Really?
Although this is probably usually more expensive than this one, so these
This
might
is
flip.
a killer bomb.
But these are definitely, in terms of money order,
Right.
This is the cheapest. This is the next cheapest. These two might be flipped, but they're about the same price secondary.
So hold on. So our 1 and 4 were these here?
What do you mean,
1
number
and 4.
What do you mean number 1 and 4?
Is this Rip 10? Yeah.
Yes, this is 4.
So the 1 and 4, the 2 we liked the most were
Yes.
these 2 here.
CYPB and Rip 10. And I don't really like Rip 10, so maybe I like it more than I thought.
Wow.
So that was number 4?
That was number 4.
The chocolate cake, deep flavor.
Ooh. So we have high-end taste is what we're saying
Yeah.
here.
Well, all of these are high end.
Yeah, right. But I mean, we picked the 2 highest end ones. That we liked the
And this
most.
wasn't I had my son,
Wow.
we went to a different room. My son poured these bottles. We had no idea what was in here.
Wow.
They were all delicious.
This
though.
bottle is
They were all delicious.
so good.
Yeah. The CYPB was...
So you thought the smell coming from what we thought was number one was this.
Yeah. The smell...
It was actually this.
I'm telling you right now, the smell
So
from number 1 and number 4 were next level. Just unbelievable.
Man.
Unbelievable. Number 4...
Get me a bottle of this.
So the nose on this was deep and rich and amplified. It was like...
That was a dessert
like
flavor.
super amplified. The CYPB was fruity and light and complex. It was more complex than number 4.
And this is only a 95 proof.
Yes.
But I thought it felt warmer. I mean, it didn't have a burn, but it was
what did I tell you? I said there's a Kentucky hug for a minute off of this stuff.
I didn't catch
it.
Wow.
So I'm going to buy another bottle of this for sure.
You can give me the rest of this one.
Nope, I'm not. I'm glad I did the experiment with this. I thought the poor Pappy was actually going to come out better, but I guess in some ways I'm glad that it came out.
So this was the dark cherry chocolatey one flavor. 3.
Yes.
Was the dark cherry chocolate.
So we said that
the
I
chocolate
was
cordial, a lower proof.
Chocolate cordial, a little oak on the palate, a little spicy. I'm going to take another sip because...
That was really weird how I was totally off thinking this was hot, this was lower, and it was the opposite.
I mean, I just got a ton of smell from it, though.
I'll take some of that, too.
Here.
It was
number 3.
3.
I mean, the poor man's Pappy isn't cheap either. When you mix those two bottles together, I estimate it's about a $500 bottle. So it's not much cheaper than these, but...
Wow. This stuff is like... that.
No, it's not a $500 bottle. It's
no?
Antique 107, which is 60 to 150.
And what are you mixing with?
And 12, which is about 200. So it's a $150
what are you mixing?
bottle.
What else is get mixed in with this?
Weller 12, which is about a $200 bottle. So you're about a $150 to $200 bottle.
So what's your takeaway here on the whole thing?
This is good too. Number 3, the poor man's Pappy smells good too. Mm-hmm. It's that cherry cordial.
That cherry cordial. I like cherry. Cherry cordial is one of my favorite chocolates.
Bottom line, don't even pay attention to the lineup in this video because all of these could be number 1. Like they all rival number 1. The difference between each of these, and I know so many videos, taste test videos say that like, oh, there's no difference between these.
Yeah, right.
No, trust me. We are regular people who don't taste this stuff very often, and like,
trust me.
So the smells are going to be very unique and distinctive to us.
Poor man's Pappy is very good.
The poor man's Pappy is just the smell coming off of there is incredible. All of these are like chocolate cake dessert.
Yeah. Oh,
I could just smell them all day. I don't even have to
flavor.
Drink the smells.
Every one of them. Wow. What an interesting thing. I was way off on the proof. I'm surprised. I was way off on the proof.
It is a little more subdued.
You knew this one. You knew this. That I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That had a lot going on.
I knew it had a ton of complexity and fruit and like, it's awesome.
I
CYPB
thought the complexity would come from the mixture, so I was wrong on that. But
I think the Weller 12 actually pulls down the poor Pappies.
Ooh.
The CYPB is incredible.
This is wheat bourbon.
Yeah, it's wheated.
95 proof.
So
that's really weird.
This is wheated too. I mean, these are all wheated, I believe. All the
Wellers. Wow.
I don't know if the Rip is, but yeah. I mean, the koshers are wheated. I mean, just
interesting.
Dude, these are fantastic.
They're all great pours.
They're fantastic.
Can't go wrong with any of them.
All right. Well, so to wrap this up, thank you for joining us today. That was incredible for us to taste test. I would highly recommend anyone watching this to go buy all of these bottles if you have the means.
Try one.
But there was not one miss here. They were all hitters. And this is our ranking this time. But I feel like if we came back tomorrow, we might even have a different ranking because they're all so good.
They are.
They're all so good.
There's not a bad.
I won't say similar, but they're all so good. That the noses on these two were just insane, and the nose on this one is excellent.
1 and 4, which were what was RIP 10.
CYPB is number 1.
So these two, were the ones that the nose was just crazy,
just insane. Yeah, I
I
didn't think that because I remember not liking the RIP 10 all that much, but
right. And this is on the lower end because there's a 12 and a 15, right?
There's a 12, 15, 20, 23.
And what does this 10 go for?
If you really want it, $1,000. If you're willing to wait a little bit, you can get it for $700.
Wow.
Secondary. If you happen to win a lottery or something like that, or just get lucky, you could probably. I think MSRP. This is like a $120 bottle.
Really?
You can really never find it for that.
Secondary. And is that made at where the Eagle Rare is made?
They're all Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace, yeah.
The Eagle Rare is
Frankfurt,
nowhere close
Kentucky.
to this.
No, not at all.
I mean, I'll go get us some Eagle Rare. You want me to go get some Eagle Rare? We won't cover that in this video. We might do some more taste testing after we end this thing. But thank you for joining us today. Blaze, what do we have next week? Do we have anything?
I have
no ideas lined up for next week.
We have to drink some more bourbon.
We're gonna
figure it out.
Keep drinking bourbon, and we'll be back to you next week on that one. But thank you for tuning in.
Yep.
And please like, share, subscribe, and
Cheers.
Take it for what it's worth. All right.
Check it out.
Cheers, everyone.
Good to see everybody.
Peace out.